So, Rodney, right? So, Rodney. So, what I was trying to explain to you is that according to history, according to the Bible, we are the Israelites. The so-called Mexicans come from the tribe of Issachar, historically speaking, right? Now, you believe in the Bible, but you've never been able to really dig into the Bible, right? So, David, how you say his name? David Straight, right? David Straight was showing you an angle. You've been watching him, following him to learn how to become sovereign, learn different things about the legal system and laws that, you know what I'm saying, that apply to you or that don't apply to you, how you should move around law enforcement, right? Ultimately. Before the white man got over here, what was the condition of the Aztecs, Mayans, Incas? Like, were they at the top or were they at the bottom? Or in the middle? Where were they? They were ruling, bro. They was at the top. Y'all was at the top, bro. Y'all was ruling. You seen Apocalypto, right? Yeah. Right. The Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs.
I didn't understand the back side of the story, but I watched the movie.
You said, okay, got you. But there was no one else over here but them. Y'all was ruling. Period. In the West Indians, when you talk about Puerto Rico, Haiti, when you talk about Cuba, right? You had the Taínos, you had the Caribs, right? Those are another so-called Indian tribes. Those are also Israelites, but they were ruling on this side of the earth before the Spaniards got here, before the European man stepped here. So how did it change? What is it? Oh, that's what it is? Okay. So why has it changed? Why aren't we sovereign today? That's what I want to show you before you leave. But here's a scripture on that sovereignty. And let me show you where sovereignty actually comes from. Read that.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:3. For power is given you of the Lord.
So power, right? Because as a people today, we don't have no real power. We don't have power to go to war. We don't have no power to pass any laws, right? We don't have that power. The white man got that power though, right? He for sure got power to go to war. You said what?
A lot of white men out here with the court
system. Hey, right, they all through the court system. They are all your politicians that are stamping the laws, pushing the laws, right? The president gives a stamp of approval to go to war. They have that power. We don't. He's a puppet, for sure. For sure. We agree on that. He is a puppet, right? But let's talk about this power and let's talk about the sovereignty. Where does it come from? Come on.
And sovereignty from the highest.
And sovereignty, right? We all want to be sovereign, right? We don't want to be under somebody else's rules and regulations, right? Read.
And sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels?
So where does true sovereignty come from? Read that again. You guessing what?
I'm guessing Jesus, but I don't know.
Right, the Most High. His Father, the Most High God, the Most High. Read that again.
And sovereignty from the highest.
Sovereignty, true sovereignty, comes from the Most High God.
That's right.
That's where it comes from, right? So, the white man, is he not sovereign?
The one
in totality, and when you bulk them up as a whole, they're sovereign. Let's talk about Finland. Let's talk about, what give me another country? Scotland, Ireland, Australia.
There's small countries that are already completely sovereign now.
Exactly.
There's nobody that's not sovereign. They already took control of it.
Exactly. That's the point. So now, when you go to Hawaii, right? Who controls Hawaii? The white man. Right. The white man. So the Hawaiians are not sovereign. They gotta obey what the white man talking about. Let's talk about the Philippines. Who controls the Philippines? Why do you see some Filipinos have Spanish last names?
Right.
Because the Spaniards went over there and imperialized them. They set what laws you can set in place or not. When you talk about America, this was not a European land, but it is today. The natives, the Aztec, Mayans, the Incas, Taínos, Boricuas, Caribs, they're not sovereign. The white man is sovereign. They came over here and shut everything down. Now, why did they have that power? Why did God allow them to do that? Deuteronomy 28 and start at verse 15. Start at 15, then we're going to jump to 1. This is why the white man is sovereign and we are not. This is why the white man, so-called, because he's not really white. When you look at him, he's a different pigmentation, different shades of red, pink, and so on and so forth. But the reason why they're ruling and we're not is because God gave them power over us for our disobedience. Right? So now, let's go back to the Israelites. The Israelites were slaves under Egypt, right? Under Babylon, Assyria, under Persia and the Medes, the Greek, and the Romans. Every time they went into slavery, they broke the laws of God. They broke the covenant. Just like a parent and a child, right? If the child don't do what the parent says, a good parent is going to bring some sort of judgment or punishment, correct? The same thing between us and the Heavenly Father. Every time we go against him as a nation of people, God brings judgment. The judgment he brings is slavery, transatlantic slave trade, colonization. That's what he brought upon us. Now read this.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass.
So God said it's going to come to pass. Because when it says it's going to come to pass, meaning it's going to be a future prophecy. I'm foretelling something, right? Come on.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we as a people did not listen to God, if God says go left, and if we don't go left, there's going to be punishments that come behind that. So as a nation of people, we were supposed to live according to God's commandments. We were supposed to live how God told us to live, not do our own thing like you see us doing today. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day.
That's the point. He said, look, keep my commandments. I'm going to give you the whole world to rule, but you got to keep my commandments. The Native Indians, the Aztecs, the Choctaw, the Cherokee, the Seminoles, they ruled this whole land. They ruled it. But they didn't keep the commandments of God, so he stripped them from the land and gave it to the heathen, gave it to the other nation, gave it to the British, the Germans, the Russians, the Portuguese, the Spaniards. He gave it to them for our disobedience. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Being enslaved by a whole race of people, would you call that a curse or a blessing?
That's definitely a curse from ancestors.
That's a curse, man. That's a curse. Take a look at these signs. Having chains, being gagged, being enslaved, being used as gator bait, being used for manual labor, for as a what do they call it? Being used as a cattle. That's how they used us, right? That happened to us because we disobeyed God. We stopped keeping His commandments. Read on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So now you look at every city in America, in the world, every city, from Chicago to Stockton, New York, Detroit, LA, right? Look at all these different cities. Mexico City, Havana, Cuba, right? Well, give me something in Puerto Rico. San Juan, that's what, San Juan, Puerto Rico. But anyways, the point is, all these different cities you see blacks and Hispanics, are we at the top or the bottom? We at the bottom, bruh. We in the ghettos, we in the slums, we in the barrios. Every city. Name a city you been. You from Stockton? What other city you been to?
I've been from Oregon to Mexico.
Now, it ain't too many blacks and Hispanics in Oregon. There's only majority, matter of fact, there is a couple of Hispanic communities out there. It's mainly white. It's spread out, looking right, green, clean air, right? When you see where we live, right? Look at the roads. You got all type of dirt, oil on the roads. Sometimes you see baby diapers. You see alcohol bottles. You might see a crack pipe. You might see a syringe, a needle, right? We live in the worst places in every city. Look at Chicago. You got blacks and Hispanics. You got the GDs, BDs, and the Latin Kings. We at the bottom. Over here on West Coast in California, you got Norteño Serrano, Mexican Mafia. Miami, you got the cartel, you got the MS-13, you got the Bloods, you got the Crips, you got the East versus the West. We at the bottom. God said for our disobedience, we was gonna be cursed as a people, as a whole race of people. Who get the worst education? Who gets the worst education?
We get manipulated education.
You said what?
We get
Limited?
manipulated as a young kid.
Manipulated as they start as young, bro. In preschool, they start as young. It's something called the school to prison pipeline. When you look at all the schools in California, not even just California, across the globe, you look at the school, the elementary, the middle schools, the high schools, the college, well, not so much the colleges, but you look at those, what do you call them, grade schools, they look just like the prisons. You go to the cafeteria, set up just like the prison cafeteria. You look at the hallways, set up just like you're walking down to the chow hall. It's set up the same way, bro. They're gearing our minds for prison. That's why majority of blacks and Hispanics, you find them in the prison. Right out of school, straight out of high school, bro. We not going to college like that. We going to prison. God said because of our disobedience, we was going to be cursed as a people. There's no other people on earth that are going through it like the blacks and Hispanics, bro. There's no other people that's going through it like that. It's not happening. You don't see it. Read on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
God said, for your disobedience, you're going to be cursed in every city, and you're going to be cursed in the field. Now, let's talk about the field, right? Let's talk about the field. You see right here? What that look like? Right. So now take a look. You can get out the car too, man. Take a look. Right here, you see grass. You see cotton. You see women and a brother picking cotton right in the field. Right, for sure. Now, hold on. Read that part again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Now, when the so-called Negro, the Negro slave, when he was on a slave plantation, did he choose to go out into the field and pick cotton? Was that a pleasant experience for him?
It was forced, right?
No! He had a white taskmaster on a horse. Pick faster, nigga! Whip! Pick, nigga, pick! Move faster! Quit talking! Pick that cotton, nigga! That was a curse, right? Brazil, majority of the slaves that docked on a port from the slave ship went to Brazil, South America, Latin America, not North America, Latin America, South America. We're the same people. Y'all was in the slave field, the fields just like we was, picking sugar, indigo, cotton, everything. Guess what? Today. You eat produce?
Right.
You eat some fruit, right? You eat cherries, strawberries, right? Who in the field picking them? Mexicans, Hispanics, bruh. You know anything about Cesar Chavez? Come on, man!
Not much.
Rodney!
I seen him fight back in the days, but...
Ah, man. You gotta put David straight down, man. You gotta pick up Cesar Chavez on your history, bro. You gotta pick that up. Huh? No, bro. Cesar. So you grew up in Stockton. You don't know Cesar Chavez?
I know the fighter said about Cesar Chavez.
So Cesar Chavez, yeah, he was not the brother, not the boxer, not the boxer.
No, no.
So now Cesar Chavez, the brother was fighting for the farm workers, right? Majority, who's working in the farms? Hispanics, bro. Hispanics. If you go ask your tia, ask your tio, you know what I'm saying? Go ask your mom, your father, uncle, you know what I mean? Auntie. Go ask somebody. Ask one of your cousins that come from Mexico, or they all here. They all, hey, sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that. You know what I mean? But you got some folks, you got some friends at Mexico. Go ask them and see what they talking about. You know what I mean? Majority of people, the farm workers, are Hispanics, bro. People that's picking our produce, our lettuce, our tomatoes, our radish, all those things, bro, carrots, you know what I'm saying, are Hispanics in the fields. Cesar Chavez, all the way down to 99, all the way down to 5. From 5 south to 5 north. You know what I'm saying? You've been to LA, right? Bakersfield, Fresno. You can see nothing but fields, right? Nothing but fields. The people picking in those fields are Hispanics, bruh. Now, before today, you had Cesar Chavez, all the farm workers up and down the 5. He was fighting for better pay, bruh. He was fighting for the farm workers, the Mexicans, Hispanics, to get better pay because they was being treated, bruh, as a slave. They was being treated unjustly, bruh. So Cesar Chavez, not the boxer, you know what I'm saying? The other brother, he was fighting like hell, man, fighting against oppression, bruh. You said what?
Around what time was Cesar Chavez?
I believe in the 60s. In the 60s. If I'm wrong about the 60s, it may be the 80s. But I'm pretty sure it's the 60s, all right? Check us. Don't quote me on that. It's either the 60s or the 80s. I get it mixed up. You said what? Yeah, look them up, bro. And so now, but remember, God said, because you broke my commandments, you're going to be cursed in the city and you're going to be cursed in the field. So what I'm showing you is that blacks and Hispanics, we've been cursed in the field. Even today, right? Even today, the plantation, it went from the slave plantation to what?
Regulated.
To your job site, right? To your job site. Because that's all it is. When you work at your different, give me a company, Del Monte. You know what I'm saying? When you work at, that's a big ass plantation, bro. Selling canned foods, right? Amazon, big old plantation, bro. Selling all sorts of goods. That's what these things have turned into. They didn't give us wages before, but now, you know what they did is give us a little bit of liberty and gave us a little bit of wages. But we still in slavery, living paycheck to paycheck, working sun up, sun down. Some people putting in 12, 10, 14, 16-hour days. You know what I'm saying, bro? You said what? 18. Some people, for sure. Yep, you know what I mean? That's working like a slave, bro. You said what? What that say? Oh yeah, read that.
Deuteronomy 28:65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
God said, because we broke his commandments, we wasn't going to find no ease, no peace of mind among all these nations that are living around us, bro. No matter where you see us, we stress the hell out. We stressing, man. We don't have no peace of mind. That's why we go to drugs, alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get a peace of mind. That's why we go to sex. A lot of Mexicans known for what? They, for sure, a lot of different things. One thing in particular, right? When a Mexican, so-called Mexicans want to relieve some stress, right? Get a peace of mind. What they do? They take a stroll down what? Sierra Nevada, Wilson Way, and do what? Buy some hoes. Right. Buy some hoes. That's what they do, right? They be going to buy some hoes, trying to get a peace of mind, right? But God said we wasn't gonna have no peace of mind in this land. Read.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
Mexicans work the hardest. Don't nobody work harder than Mexicans. God said the sole of your foot wasn't gonna have rest. When you look at all the construction sites, who primarily is on the site? Mexicans. When you look at all the warehouses, who's in the warehouse driving these forklifts? Mexicans. When you look at all these nice houses, matter of fact, when you just take a look, right? Look at the bushes, look at the trees, right? The grass. Who does all the landscaping? Who does the landscaping? Right, Mexicans. Guess what? God said the sole of our foot wouldn't have no rest. We're working like slaves for this man. We're not working to keep our nation up. We keeping a whole nother nation place up. This is their kingdom. We keeping their kingdom afloat. You know what I'm saying? God said that was gonna happen because we broke the commandments. We stopped following the Bible, bro. That's our problem. We put the Bible down, pick the guns up, pick the blood up, pick the bottle up.
Okay, where you gonna show this video at? I gotta.
You wanna where you? We'll probably upload it on YouTube. Just type in IUIC Stockton, IUIC Sacramento, IUIC Oakland. We all over. Just type in IUIC.
What's your name, bro? I gotta go though.
My name is Ezra. And before you go, let me give you one law. All right, before you go, give me Leviticus 11. Do you eat pork?
I try to stop that.
You try to stop. So that means you still do.
If I'm really hungry, ain't nothing else to eat.
I'm gonna give you 2 more scriptures. So we're gonna get a judgment on eating pork as well. Isaiah 66. So now, guess what? When you look at blacks and Hispanics, bro, what's killing us more than gang violence is our diet, the way we eat, disease. All right. How many obese blacks and Hispanics you see and know? How many blacks and Hispanics you see and know that got diabetes? That have a stroke, that have heart attacks, that have cancer, that has hypertension. You know what I'm saying? It's our diet. It's the food we put in our bodies. You said what? No discipline, right. And a lot of times we don't even know. We ain't been taught these things. So like when it comes to that pork, the pork is a filthy, and the pig is a filthy animal, bro. It's a filthy, when you think about it, when I was young, they didn't teach me nothing, so I was eating pork. I went to a whole buffet and skipped all the steak and went straight to the bacon. Right. Right. So, but what God says about pig, bro, is we ain't supposed to eat it. God did not create the pig for us to eat it. So let's read that real quick.
Leviticus 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof.
Swine is the pig, right? We know that, right? Okay, so that's why we here, bro. You know what I'm saying? We here. Whatever you don't know, we gonna know it. Hell, if we don't know it, we gonna find it out. You know what I'm saying? So now, the swine is the pig. Now, you don't have to take my word. You can go do some research and find that out. S-W-I-N-E. Swine is pig. The hog, the potbelly, all of them. The whole family. God called them swine. Now, what about the swine?
Though he divide the hoof.
The pig has a hoof, a split hoof, right? Hard split hoof. Come on, like a cow does. Read.
And be cloven-footed.
Come on.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
The pig does not chew the cud. Chewing the cud is when an animal has multiple stomachs. They eat the grass, they swallow the grass, then the grass goes down into a stomach. They throw the grass up, chew it again, and it goes down into another stomach. They have like 4 stomachs. The cow has 4 stomachs. The goat, the sheep has 4 stomachs. And the pig does not have those 4 stomachs. It does not chew the cud. It does not have that cleansing process of its food. So what? The pig doesn't have the cleansing process. So what does that mean?
He is unclean to you.
The pig is unclean to you. That's why we get gout, high blood pressure, hypertension, because we eating a high amounts of pig, high amounts of pork. Guess what? You don't even really got a seasoned pig like that because it's so salty. It's a lot of, because guess what? The pig don't even got sweat glands. If you want to release some toxins, guess what you can do? You can piss, throw up, or boo-boo, and before you do any of that, you're sweating it out. You're sweating your toxins out. That's why people go in the steam rooms or the saunas, because they want to open up the pores and let all the toxins out. The pig does not have that. The pig don't have sweat glands. They have the boo-boo. They gotta throw up. And guess what? They eat their own throw up. So the toxin didn't go nowhere. They'll eat their own boo-boo. Only thing they really can't do is drink their own piss. You know what I'm saying? But the pig holds in all those toxins, bro. That's why God said, don't eat it. I never created the pig for you to eat it. I created the pig to clean the earth. because a pig will eat anything.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the